So if you are like most people here in the United States, you're doing all that you can to protect your money. And that's a good idea because right now businesses don't care about your money. They don't care that you are having a tough time. They don't care that you need money to put food on the table, keep a roof over your head, and to buy medications. Now, I want to explain what's going on because I've been hearing many stories about businesses not giving customers refunds. They are taking your money. Now, I'm going to read you a comment here, but I also want to go over some of the return policies for some bigger stores. One of them, Walmart, another one, Home Depot. So I'm going to break this down in just a moment, but all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now, let's begin. So why are we going to talk about a refund policy? Shouldn't we be worried about our money? Well, the answer is yes. We need to be worried about our money. But here's what happens. So this happened back in 2007, 2008, 2009. We saw this in the early stages of the pandemic as well, and we're seeing it here today. What normally happens is when a company, let's say Home Depot or Walmart or Big Lots, if they are struggling, they don't have a lot of money, they don't have a lot of sales, the last thing that they want to do is give you money back for an item that they previously sold that they do not want anymore. Okay? That's the issue here. Let me read you this comment. This is what somebody was telling me just the other day. This person says, and I quote, "Adam, are you seeing stores keep your money and not give refunds? I had a terrible experience with Home Depot recently, and the cashier wouldn't give me a refund on an item I purchased less than 30 days before. She kept telling me that the ceiling fan I purchased looked like it was put together and then taken apart. She said that I couldn't use it and then bring it back, even though I told her I only put it together and never installed it. This is the second time the same store has done something like this to me." Now, I want to ask you a question. Have you had this happen to you as well? And it doesn't matter if it's at Home Depot or Lowe's, or it could be at Costco. It could be at Walmart or Target or Best Buy. It doesn't matter. Have you went into a store to return an item and they said, "Sorry, we can't give you your money back. We can't give you a refund because it looks like that item was used," right? It's against our store policy, right? Let me know down in the comment section below. What store was it? What were you trying to return? And if you can give me a little bit of the details, that would be great. But look at this. This is the Home Depot return policy. This is their page. You can go see it at homedepot.com. But it says convenient returns made for doers. Return purchases for free in-store or by mail. Most items can be returned within 90 days. Yeah, most items can. But this is the issue. They're not very specific. They don't give you a lot of details. But here's something that they do tell you. Okay, let me just show you this right here. It says the Home Depot reserves the right to decline returns where a product does not have a manufacturing defect but has been damaged by the customer, or to prevent fraud or abuse. That is the key. To prevent fraud or abuse. Now, what constitutes fraud or abuse? If you keep bringing something back, right? You bring a ceiling fan, you bring a hammer, you bring some light switches. Maybe you're a contractor and you just keep bringing items back to Home Depot, and the cashier's like, "Man, I've seen you before." No, we're not going to accept that because you just keep returning things. This is what happens. And I know this happens. I have a bunch of friends that are builders. And one of the things that they do is they overbuy for certain products or for certain projects so that they don't have to go back to a store. They build it into the invoice for the customer. And at the end, they take everything back. Here's the problem. If a cashier says, "Sorry, I can't take that back. I can't take those 2x4s back. Okay, they look like they've been used. It's a 2x4. Right? As long as there's no holes in it, you didn't cut it in half, you should be good." No. This is what we are seeing. And again, I'm using Home Depot as an example, but the same thing and even worse, Walmart. Walmart's standard return policy says right here, returns are available for nearly everything Walmart sells. Your purchase history on Walmart.com displays the latest eligible dates for return or replacement. However, we recommend keeping track of all manufacturer packaging and your receipt for a minimum of 90 days after purchase. Okay? In-store purchases, you're able to return or replace items purchased in-store at your nearest Walmart store within 90 days of receipt. Yeah, 90 days. How many stores are actually doing that though? And this is why I bring this to your attention. When stores are struggling to make sales because customers don't have money, okay? So customers don't come into the store because they don't have any money. They can't buy anything. Well, here's the issue. The store doesn't want to give money back to those customers to bring an item that they already sold that they got to go and restock on the shelf and try to sell it again, right? It just doesn't make sense. Why do you want to make the sales twice, but you only get paid once? Now, this is why this is very interesting at this time. We knew it was going to happen. We've seen it before. Okay, we knew this was just a matter of time before customers, the American people, got a little bit smarter. And instead of working harder and going to work for an extra 5 hours and doing this and that and selling their blood and donating plasma and doing all this stuff, right, to try to make ends meet, what many people do, this is something I recommend as well, is if you've made a large purchase in the past, take that item back, right? You bought a TV from Costco, you made that mistake and you bought a TV when prices were coming down, take that TV back, okay? Go give it back to Costco, get your $2,800 back, buy a smaller TV from maybe Walmart or even Costco itself for $200 to $300, right? Use that TV for the next 6 months or a year when TV prices are dropping, and then go back and buy it for $1,500 in 6 months, right? That would be a smarter idea. That's what people are starting to do. That's why businesses are pushing back. Now, the one thing I can tell you is I have not heard anything bad about Costco. Costco seems to take everything back. Now, I had heard some stories in the past, this was a couple years ago, where Costco didn't want to honor a return. Okay? I've only heard a couple stories though. Very simple, just little mistakes. That was it. So, I just wanted to explain this because again, this is what is coming. If you are in need of money and you purchase, let's say, some new clothes, a new TV, maybe some tools, go take it back. Go take it back. Get your money back, especially do it now before these businesses are really hurting, because then they will fight tooth and nail. And I've heard this before. I heard this back in 2008 as well. I had a friend that was working at, I think it was JCPenney. And he told me that, yeah, it was difficult because they were being told to try to put the responsibility, put the back on the customer, that it was their fault. Okay? That this item has been used. It looks like it was worn. Okay? Do everything you can till the customer pretty much gives up. Yeah, that's what we were hearing. So, that's where we're at this time. Again, if you have any questions whatsoever, please ask your questions down in the comment section below. But again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.